Well, no one will ever accuse me of doing anything overly scripted. So, back to the Ultrastudio Recorder 3G. Decided to take a look at a comparison here. I wanted to look at the microconverter HDMI to SDI. Yeah, SDI to HDMI, they all have a similar form factor. And you'll see that they're about the same height, about the same width, and they're actually about the same weight too. I have a little scale here. Let's see, the comes in at about 6 ounces, and compared to the microconverter with 5.2 ounces. And now I found that, unfortunately I don't have one here, but the Ultrastudio Recorder 3G is a little heavier, negligibly. I mean, I feel, in my hand it feels a bit heavier. We'll see what it is on a scale, than its predecessor, the Ultrastudio Recorder. But very similar build, form factor, right? Now, here's the thing. Earlier, I was showing you that this looks like a USB-C port, but it's not. It's Thunderbolt 3. And I had a black cable charging my MacBook here, which I assumed was a Thunderbolt cable. It was not. And then I grabbed another cable. Where is it at? Oh, that's actually plugged in. That I'm charging my laptop with now. You'll see that there's a USB symbol on there, right? Even though it's the same form factor. And to add confusion to things, of course, here's an actual Apple Thunderbolt cable. In parenthesis, right there in the brackets, it says USB-C. So it's very easy to make the mistake thinking, oh, USB-C, Thunderbolt 3, same difference, right? No. You'll see the prices are significantly lower for the USB-C cables as opposed to the Thunderbolt 3 cables. For the Ultrastudio Recorder 3G, it is a Thunderbolt 3 device. It's not a USB 3 device that happens to use USB-C connectors. And that's important. So, you want to see this symbol, right? That actually looks like a lightning bolt. That's the Thunderbolt symbol, right, on your cable. Not this. That's fine for charging devices and for USB devices, transferring over USB, but not for Thunderbolt. It will not work. In fact, kind of ran into this at church. They were building a new machine. It didn't have a Thunderbolt port on the motherboard. In fact, it only had a USB-C port. And of course, it didn't power any of the Thunderbolt 3 devices because it wasn't a Thunderbolt 3 device. But it took a little bit of convincing because, they look identical. And you're like, why are you paying this much more? Like, this is a $40 cable for like 3 feet, 0.8 meters, whatever, 3 feet. And, you can get a USB-C cable that looks identical, like this one from Amazon. I believe this is an Amazon Essentials cable. Probably costs, I don't know, $5, right? But don't fall into that trap because it'll lead to a lot of frustration. Anywho, so we have a Lenovo ThinkPad here, and we have a 2016 MacBook Pro here. They're both Thunderbolt 3 devices. So we have Blackmagic Design's desktop video utility loaded on, waiting for a device to be plugged in. So, we're going to be cowboys again because we're not, of course, in production. Just trying this out. I'm going to plug this in. First, I'm going to plug it into the PC and see what happens. Hopefully, Apple didn't put too much packaging on this. Yeah, someone behind me is like looking at me crazy, saying, "Why didn't you prep this?" Well, ideally, I would have done okay, so here we go. Genuine Thunderbolt 3 cable. This last bit of packaging. I really wanted to make sure It was rolled up real nice in there, huh? Okay. All right. Now, I'm using one of the Thunderbolt ports here to charge. This laptop has 2 Thunderbolt ports. The MacBook Pro has 4 Thunderbolt ports, so charging and getting a signal out of it, not a problem. But here, I'm going to use my docking port. See if I can get a good shot of it here. Oh, look, it's white. So you'll see the same lightning bolt I was telling you about. All right, they're saying that this is indeed a Thunderbolt port. All right, so it's important to note those symbols and to make sure you're plugging into the right ports, right? Cable, Thunderbolt, so right there, not USB. And you'll see here, Thunderbolt, not USB. I'm gonna plug you in. Right, hear that nice snap. Right, Thunderbolt, you heard the computer. Oh, but interesting, I got a message. Got a message that it wasn't happy. And not sure why. And this is on the Lenovo. All right, with Thunderbolt 3. Didn't get to the message quick enough, so I'll go back to the message center and see why it wasn't happy when I plugged it in. It did recognize it, did know it was a Thunderbolt device, but it gave an error, okay? So now we'll try it on the MacBook. All right, so me unplugging it. And I think I'm going to steal this port here because, you know, these things are pretty cool. It's like a little MagSafe type thing, but USB-C on the other end. All right, so I have to keep it plugged in because it doesn't have much of a charge. All right, okay. It still says, oh, you saw that change? Ultrastudio Recorder 3G. So on the MacBook, saw it right away. Let's take a look, see what kind of options are here. Okay, video input, either SDI or HDMI. That makes sense because you have either SDI or HDMI. All right. Conversions, input conversion. Oh, that's pretty cool. I guess most useful here would probably be the stepping up from SD to HD. I guess you could dumb it down. Not sure what I'd want to. I guess if you want to save bandwidth on a stream. About. That's curious. Last update, June 2016. This device didn't exist then. But I suppose it's using a similar driver as some other device. That's very curious. Anywho, very straightforward. Pick SDI, pick HDMI. Not much more to do there. Alrighty. So, we want to know, of course, what else sees this device other than Blackmagic design software. So, I should have Zoom somewhere in here. Because, of course, everyone wants to use Zoom. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay. So, let's go to preferences. All right. Okay, so it's taking my audio level just here out of the built-in mic. All right, we're not concerned about that at the moment. All right, there's the audio or the video from the FaceTime camera, and we want to see if anything else comes up in the list. And the answer is no. So it's not seeing it now. Let's see what version of Zoom is this. What about Zoom? Oh. This is 5.01 build 0430. Oh, that seems actually pretty old. So we're going to try updating this and see if we have any better luck with it finding the Ultrastudio Recorder 3G. But before we do that, let's go to OBS. All right. And let's add a new source. Blackmagic device. Create new. Alrighty. See what's in the device key here. Got Ultrastudio Recorder 3G. Let's try that again. There we go. Alrighty. Video connection, SDI, embedded, mode auto, blah, 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 blah. So OBS sees it fine. So for my original use case, which is, of course, streaming, good show there. All right, let's see is the Ultrastudio. Away we go. Now, the issue with Zoom most likely is this is a Thunderbolt 3 device. And I know I keep harping on this, but there's just so many people that interchangeably use USB-C with Thunderbolt, and you're just in for a world of headache if you keep that in your head. So as a USB 3 device, you know, my most popular video again is the predecessor to this, and people thought it was a beast to set up, but with the USB-C on here, I think it'll cause even more confusion, despite the the lightning bolt or Thunderbolt symbol on here. It looks like a lightning bolt with an arrow. Right? Make sure those match up, that you're actually using Thunderbolt 3. On the PC side, we'll see what's going on over there in probably a subsequent video. But for OBS, it works great. It sees it. For Zoom, again, this is not a USB device, and that's exactly what Zoom is looking for. So there's probably some tie-in I can do in there to make it work. But this was to see what would happen when you just take this stuff straight out of the box and don't do anything else to it. So hopefully this was helpful. This is a great device, again, over $100. The build quality is phenomenal. The cost is affordable. It's small, it's light, it's built like a tank, and it fits in with all your other little converter doohickeys. The only thing is making sure you have a proper Thunderbolt cable and the proper Thunderbolt chipset. On your computer, if you're using a Mac, it's a no-brainer because they're all Thunderbolt 3 at this point. And that's it. Enjoy. I'm not sure what stock is like on these globally. We have quantity in stock, so if you're looking for one, you can't find it locally, give Sandy Audiovisual a call. We'd love to sell you one or two or 10 or however many you need. Take care. Okay, so while I was recording the video, this is what I missed that I was talking about, popped up and I didn't see. Apparently, my Lenovo laptop is very much locked down and wouldn't let me connect the device unless I gave it permission. As it says, the following Thunderbolt device chain has been plugged into port 2, and one or more devices require your permission to connect to this system. select the devices you wish to connect. Blackmagic Design, Ultrastudio Recorder, 3G. And of course the default is do not connect. So that's what happened there. The flag came in, I was, yapping, and I'm going to put always because I plan to use it again. And okay. Heard the acknowledgement. Bang, there it goes. So that was the issue there. I just didn't see the pop-up notice that was asking for permission to connect the device to the computer. But since we're here, I'm not sure I have OBS on this machine. I believe I have vMix. I don't know what the license is on this. And that's an older version of vMix, but we're going to experiment together. Taking a bit to load here. Really, I have no idea which version this is, but okay, we're going to add an input. Let's see here. Video. Is that for the... Oh, it's been a while since it's been in vMix. Let me use one that's already here, because that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Put one blank. No, I don't want a virtual input. RPTZ, position. I would list it as blank too. I'll put external. I love that. NDI and SRT. Okay, what am I missing here? Shouldn't be under more. Let's see, go to 1. Input default. SDI. Resolution. 10. 1920 by 1080. Since this isn't a 4K device, I doubt that will work down there, but alright. Video format. Only the default. NV12. I need to look up what that is. I know what all the others are, but okay. Audio input, embedded. All channels. Default should be fine. Okay. Selected resolution. There we go. So this isn't this must be the free version of vMix. But it sees it, so that's cool. OBS, moving along. I'm not sure that's in here, but we'll take a look. It is. I don't think this machine's ever been used in production, but we'll take a look here. Oh, look, there's my friend Jose wearing his New Tech shirt. Yeah, I was maybe being nostalgic and looking at this old seminar we did. I need to give Jose a call and ask him if I'm allowed to post this online. I think it's a great idea. He's an amazing guy. Jose's great. So where's this playing from? Okay. Oh. Blackmagic design device. Okay. device, Ultrastudio 3G. It is happy. Embedded audio, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So, fine here on a Lenovo PC with the, let's flip it over. No one wants to see the serial number. Ultrastudio Recorder 3G, and also on this MacBook Pro here. These devices are phenomenal. I mean, when the first one came, we used the heck out of these. I mean, they were in every kit, no matter what encoder we had, from, Teradek to an Elemental. We always had this in a pocket or in a case somewhere, just so you can get extremely high quality video out in a small package, and it was something that was reliable. So there you have it. The Ultrastudio Recorder 3G. Big thing has to be Thunderbolt 3. All right, this is not going to work over USB. Thunderbolt 3 is doing the video, audio, and the power. Right, so powered bus there. I know USB can power as well, but you're not going to get the throughput. You're not going to get the wattage you need for this device over USB. It just won't work, so don't bother. If you're banging your head with a USB cable, make sure these symbols match up, that you have a Thunderbolt cable for your Thunderbolt device, and that your laptop or computer, desktop, whether it be a PC or Mac, that it is indeed Thunderbolt 3 capable. And don't make the mistake you saw me make. Pay attention when you're plugging it in. If you have security settings, like this one I think is biometrically locked down, what have you. If you have security settings on your ThinkPad or your PC or what have you, to make sure you give it permission to see your Thunderbolt device. All right, thanks. Colin from Sandy Audiovisual. Take care. So just tacking on this bit of information here, I updated the Zoom client on the Mac to 5.2.1 from 5.0. And, there was, from about, I think, version 4.6, there was a lot of shenanigans about unsigning the app and using different devices, blah, blah, blah. But they seem to have fixed the issue with bringing in sources over Thunderbolt. So, as you can see, the Blackmagic Ultrastudio Recorder 3G now shows up in all of its incarnations. So we have it plugged in here to the Mac, into Zoom, so you can get your SDI or HDMI high quality video directly into Zoom without spending a lot of money using one of these. That is all.